Hello, and welcome to the Taste of Scotland Festival podcast. I'm your host, Jim Gordon. I'm here to tell you about all the exciting things that we've got planned for the Taste of Scotland Festival. We are at the Macon County Fairgrounds on June 17th. That's Father's Day weekend in beautiful Franklin, North Carolina. First off, I've told you in the past a lot of the different stuff coming along. I'd like to first off hit on the music. We have two stage full of traditional Scottish and Irish and Celtic music. We'll have Jacobites by Name, the Mountain Muse Band, Wild Mountain Time will be there. We've also have Colin Grant Adams, who's going to come and perform, a great Scottish balladeer. I love to listen to him talk. You know, he's got the old Scottish drawl and everything. Also, Andrew Finn McGill. He's a fiddle player from Asheville. He will also be performing for us, and he will also be helping along with Marie Dunkel from Mountain Muse Band with the fiddling tent. This is something new that we've going to try this year. Is a tent where anybody and everybody, we like to encourage the young folks to bring their instruments with them, their fiddles, or any instrument really, but the fiddle players will be there to help with instruction, hints, techniques, and these kind of things, kind of a back and forth, kind of a casual setting to where hopefully everybody will profit from, and the music will profit from. Also at that fiddling tent, I wanted to mention we'll be having some dance lessons in Scottish country Scottish dance, Scottish country dancing, I believe is what it's titled. But a few neat steps. It's always fun to get a bunch of people involved in that. And while the fiddle players are fiddling, we figured that'd be a great place to give our dance lessons at. They'll be there a couple different times during the day. You can check at the website, tasteofscotland.org, and the schedule should be posted on there as far as the exact time for all these events and all the different bands. Did I mention the games? We have a full slate of Highland games. That's caber tossing, stone throwing, both for height and for distance, and sheaf toss, and all kinds of fun stuff there for you at the Highland Games. These are professional athletes. They're both male and female divisions and a master's divisions, all at the fairgrounds. Did I mention the Border Collies? We have a Border Collie demonstrations that'll be happening a couple times during the day. On Saturday, they are out of Statesville. They've got these phenomenal Border Collies, and they chase the sheep around, and the sheep do exactly what they're told. It's amazing to watch the focus that these dogs have on what they're doing. In big crowds, small crowds, it doesn't matter. They are focused on the sheep. It's amazing, fun to watch. 865 axe throwing. They have agreed to come join us here at our festival. This ought to be a lot of fun. They'll set up the cages where you can go in there and have real axes, real targets, to give you a little bit of instruction on how to get that thing to turn and to stick. And then you can go in there and you can practice up. And if you feel like you got it down, you can sign up for the tournament. And we'll have a little axe throwing tournament during the course of the day there on Saturday. That sounds like a lot of fun. Children's program. We'll have a complete children's program. We'll have someone out there to have the carpet tubes, use those for cabers, and tossing them and safe ways that they can be introduced to these different games and athletic competitions. Also, we'll have some mermaids maybe, and maybe some unicorns, and who knows, even Nessie may join us all the way from Loch Ness in the old country. Also, we are looking at maybe having a few of the Fae folk running about there. You know who I'm talking about. The good people, the She people of the mountains. They are known as the fairies in some lands. Hopefully they will be joining us and having fun with the kids and with everybody, interacting. It's just fun. Speaking of that kind of thing, we also have the Society for Creative Anachronisms are going to join us. This is a group of people that get together and they develop these different characters from medieval times. They get very involved with it, down to the costumes, down to being in character, playing the character, writing the backstory for these different characters. It's a lot of fun, and they get into it. It can be very involved. They also will be doing some sword demonstrations, some fencing and sword play with some of the broadswords and other kind of martial arts of the medieval times, I guess it is. We've got lots of stuff. We have perhaps a coup. We've got more clans signing up every day. We've got more vendors coming. St. Andrew's Square has agreed to join us. Michelle got the paperwork in. Thank you, Michelle. And we will be having some delicious Scottish bridies and pies and the shepherd's pie and maybe some haggis. Who knows? It could be a lot of fun there. Well, also, I believe the American Legion's going to have some hot dogs and other kind of fare. If you're not into the Scottish food, that's fine. And we've got the Kona Ice. We've got some ice cream people. We've got a bakery going to be vending also, along with the jewelry and the different arts and crafts. Lots of good stuff to peruse there at the festival. I've talked about the music. We'll have the tartan searches. Our folks are going to show up out there, and if you've got a question about what clan should I, what tartan should I wear? Well, we'll find one for you. I don't care who you are. We'll find one for you. Mention that Jamestown Pipe and Drum. They'll be doing a parade in our opening ceremonies. We'll have the flag and a little parade there at the festival on Saturday, as well as the Friday night parade. Let me quickly get into that real quick. That's going to start at 6 o'clock. This is in downtown Franklin. We'll gather there by the town hall, and we'll march up the Main Street toward the gazebo, come back around to Stewart Street, right to our party, our Kaylee, which is just kind of a public party. We'll have it there behind the Rathskeller. Gracious Plate has agreed to provide some food for us there. They will be there, and Rathskeller's right there. They'll have plenty of refreshments for everybody. We'll have Mountain Muse Band playing some music. They're going to lead a Kaylee. So if you'd like to join us Friday night and you want to bring your djembe or your drum or your fiddle or your banjo, do it. Bring it. We'll have some fun. Join the band. And that's what it's all about, getting involved in the Celtic culture and expressing our heritage. Okay. I talked about that. The parade, a lot of these same folks that I mentioned there are going to be there Saturday. They will also be with us on the parade Friday night. We've got a lot of clans that are going to show up. We've got our honored clan this year is Clan McGregor, which has got a whole. I could do a whole series of videos just on the Clan McGregor, the different aspects of that wonderful clan. They're our honored clan this year. We also have the Hendersons. They will be joining us. They are also one of our honored clans, along with the Hayes at the House of Gordon will be there in the parade. That is my clan. Wallaces always have a big show of Wallaces there in Franklin. We appreciate that. Did I mention the motorcycle club? The Iron Horse Clan is what they're called, motorcycle club. They're going to be in our parade. That's a lot of fun. They are in the kilts on the bikes and make a lot of noise, but it's fun to watch them go by with the flags and all. Speaking of flags, we'll have all our banners, our parade of tartans there on Main Street. Michael Waters, who's a piper, he will be joining us on Main Street on Friday night, along with more to come on that one. We're looking at to make that a real fun time. We parade down Main Street. We end up at the Kaylee. We have a nice little party there, sing along, join the band, clap your hands and stamp your feet and just carry on until they run us off. And that's all to prepare us for the next day, Saturday, where we have our big festival. It's 9 to 5 at the Macon County Fairgrounds. All right, I think I've gone on enough about that. We're going to bring in some volunteers off the street here next and just see what they think about our festival, what they're looking forward to, and all their thoughts on that. And then we'll come back with a calendar later after that, and who knows what else we'll get into. We'll be right back. All right. We are back with our special guest today, Levi McCall. Everybody know Levi? Levi, everybody? Okay. Just had to introduce y'all. we got Levi here for a couple of reasons. First, I wanted to get a reaction to our festival. He's seen the plans that we have, know what we got coming up, and I wanted to get somebody who's not involved with the festival every day, like myself and most of my family, actually. Just what they think about it, their thoughts about it. Have you ever been to a festival of Scottish before?
Yeah, I went to Loch Norman Festival a couple years ago.
Loch Norman. That's a good one. That's a fine one. Now, was there anything there at the festival that particularly attracted you?
I mean, shoot, the vendors, they were really cool. The different stalls they had selling jewelry and whatnot. I picked up a little Celtic crossover yonder.
Yeah. You got it on?
Oh, yeah, I ain't never took it off.
Oh, my goodness. That is not. Let's see that there. Let the folks see that. That's nice. Little bling from the Scottish festival. That's cool. I like that. I have a couple, not that big or bright, but that I wear now and then. Also, they've got the leather works. I got a couple of cuffs that I wear sometimes. Lots of different neat arts and crafts that are Celtic in nature. Is a better way of putting it. Is there anything in our festival? I've told you some of the things we've got going on. Anything in particular you're looking forward to seeing on June 17th?
I mean, the axe throwing, that always sounds like a good time.
That is something new. We're going to try that. It ought to be fun. I've never really gotten into axe throwing myself, but I know a lot of folks have, especially in this area. It's been popular for many years. Not as popular as horseshoes, but it's a fun activity, and that'll be going. Also, we'll have the 865 axe throwing organization there joining us. The other reason I want to tell you that we have Levi with us is we happen to be filming today, Memorial Day weekend, and he just happened to have his Navy hoodie on, so I figured the closest vet I could find, and I could get him on the camera and say thank you for serving our country, for doing what you did. That's something I was never joined any kind of service myself, so I do appreciate those that do. Okay, that being said, we will move on. I've got to tell you a story here before I let you go. This is a true story, by the way.
All right.
This actually happened. There was this fella. He was going to the Glasgow University. He was a Scottish fella, and to get his PhD in biology, he had to do a thesis on a little bitty tiny bug, a little fly, and the only place on the planet that had this little bug was in Borneo, down in the South Pacific, on one of those remote islands down there. And so he got on a plane and he flew into Indonesia there, Jakarta, I think it's called, or whatever that city is. But anyways, he went from there and he made the arrangements to go upriver, because they had to go way up into the jungle to find this little bitty bug so he could study it and do his report on it. And so they went down to the riverside and they rented some boats and they got some guides to help them. And about the time they were all loading all their equipment into the canoes to go up the river, he started hearing this drumming. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, just coming from the jungle, just all around him. And he's kind of, he's a city boy. He didn't know anything's going on right here. And he says, what's he asked the guide there, what's going on with the drumming? Is that normal? Don't worry about it. He said, it happens all the time. He said, the drums, that's good. Drums stop. Now that's bad. Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. So they all get in the boat, and the drums are boom, 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 boom. And they go up the creek. It takes a couple days up the river there to get to their campsite. Get to the camp all the time. The drum, boom, 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 boom. This goes on for about a week while he's doing his studying of the little bug. Just night and day. Boom, ba boom, ba boom. You get used to it after a while. You don't even, boom, ba boom, boom. The drums keep going and keep going. Well, he said drums good. Drums stop. That's bad. And so they're packing up, getting ready to head back down the river, back to the city. And they just about got everything loaded up, and all of a sudden the drums stop. and there's silence. And remember, he said, drums good, drums stop, that's bad. So he starts to get a little worried. Oh my God, what does this mean? What's going on around here? And then he noticed all the guides and all the helpers and the porter, they're all hiding. They got their heads down in the boats and their hands up over their heads like that, and they're hiding down there. And that really kind of freaks him out. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? So what's happening? So he grabs the porter there and he says, what's going on? What's going to happen next? What's next? And he looks up at him and says, bagpipe solo. Bye now. All right. That was fun. Thank you, Levi. All right, welcome back. We're going to touch on the calendar here real quick to wrap up today's program. First off, we got lots. Oh, tonight, I want to tell you real quick. Tonight, this is Thursday. If you're listening to this on Thursday, when it comes out, tonight over in Pigeon Forge at the Hard Rock Cafe. Great place, a lot of fun there. Tuatha. They'll be there from 7 to 9. If you've never heard Tuatha, you've got to check them out. Go to their channel after we're done here, and check them out. They got some great sounds, that exciting music. First time I heard them, I don't know how old you are, but a person my age could maybe relate to the first time you ever heard the Allman Brothers. It was that something different yet unique. That wow, this is neat. This is special. That's the way I felt when first time I heard Tuatha. A great band. They do a free show there, 7 to 9 on a Thursday night. They kind of go through their acoustic sets, and got a couple of young ladies that just, they sing like angels, and they're going to turn them loose tonight at the Hard Rock Cafe in Pigeon Forge. If you get a chance, by all means, it's worth it. They're done by 9. You can be back over this side of the mountain and still have plenty of time to get some rest to go to work on Friday. Okay, moving right ahead. We have coming up June 10th, we have the Blairsville Highland Games. You want to try to check those out over in Blairsville, Georgia. Celtic Conundrum, some good friends of ours coming up from Florida. They're going to be playing there, some Irish traditional music. Also, Colin Grant Adams. He's this Scottish balladeer I've talked about before. He will be there at the Blairsville Highland Games. That's on June 10th. After that is our games, June 17th. I told you about that earlier. Don't forget, at the Macon County Fairground, June 17th. Coming up after that in July, I believe July 9th, is the Grandfather Mountains game. That's the big one in this area, the biggest in the United States, I believe. They have big crowds, they have big music, big shows, lots of clans, just about every clan organization you can think of makes a point to go to Grandfather Mountain every year. Albanach, if you've ever heard of Albanach, this is a tribal Celtic band that's a lot of drums, a lot of boom, 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 and the pipes behind it. It's a real unique sound. Check them out. Also north of Argyle, it's going to be at Grandfather Mountain. This was a band there, again, out of that St. Pete, Tampa Bay area. Great, he is from the Scotland, north of Argyle. They've got a great sound, great rock solid bass and drums, and very tight band. Good sound, very enjoyable. Well, that's north of Argyle. They'll be at Grandfather Mountain this year. A few other things I wanted to mention real quickly. Scotsman's Pub over in Waynesville. They have a Sunday afternoon, Sunday brunch kind of thing with some Celtic music. I think they're about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Check them out if you're in the Waynesville area on a Sunday afternoon and you stop by, get you a Guinness, maybe some bangers and mash, or perhaps a shepherd's pie, or you never know. There's good stuff right there. That's at the Scotsman's Pub in Waynesville. Sunday afternoon Celtic music. Also, if you get a chance, Scotsmen of the Carolinas, they're on the Facebook. They like to set up different meetings, little get-togethers. They'll go all around the Carolinas, these different little pubs, and they'll set it up. One of their members will get with the pub owners, say, you mind if we come in there and hang out with our kilts? Of course, we'll be buying, your products and your refreshments. So they say, come on. But it's always fun. Bunch of fellers in kilts and just having a good old time. A few other dates to think about in the future. In September, lots of stuff going on throughout the state of Tennessee in September. We have the Dandridge Scotch-Irish Festival. That's toward the end of December. Earlier is the Middle Tennessee. That is in Middle Tennessee, of course. The Highland Games there. Johnson City has their, early in September, they have their, the Appalachian Celts put on their festival at the Tipton Hayes Historical Center. That is always a fun time and a good show put on there. Them folks over there in the Johnson City, Tennessee area. Lots of good stuff. Clayton, Georgia also, I heard they now have a Highland Games scheduled for September, toward the end of September there. That's in Clayton, North Georgia. Highland Games is what they're calling that. That's something to look forward to. I plan on checking that out if I can. Moving on into October, some of the big ones are, of course, Stone Mountain has one in October. Laurinburg over in Scotland County, which is eastern North Carolina, they have a big game. Lots of pipe bands show up for that one in Laurinburg. A few of the other announcements before we move on. If you get a chance, and you like what we're doing here, just you know what to do. The likes and the subscribes, all those buttons down there. That's fine. Check us out. We'll be doing a few more of these. I think we got 3, maybe 4 more, probably 3 more before the games, our festival, and then my attention will be switched over, and hopefully yours will too, to our new project, which is the Center for Celtic Culture. This is a project that Josh and I are putting together, where we plan to deal more closely, thoroughly with the different bands, the Celtic music that's around, some of the Celtic mythology and the stories that come from these myths. That could include King Arthur, the Welsh myths around King Arthur, as well as the Irish myths. I will tell you the difference between the Celtic paganism compared to Nordic paganism compared to Germanic paganism. A lot of similarities, but there are little slight differences, and they all have their own deities and stories. And it's a lot of fun to delve into. We could go that direction. We could talk more about the music, maybe have some interviews and that kind of thing. So look forward to that, and look forward it will be the Center for Celtic Culture. We'll have our own YouTube channel set up for that. Also, if you get a chance, gorgeous digital cinematography. I had to look that word up. Gorgeous digital cinematography. Those are helping me. They are helping me produce these videos and these podcasts, and they've got a lot of neat stuff. They're always adding more stuff to their library. Go check them out. If you'd like them to come to film your wedding or your event, bar mitzvah, whatever you like, you can check them out at the Gorgeous Digital Cinematography. Give Josh a call. He'll be glad to help you out with whatever you need film-wise. Okay, that's about all I've got for today. Thanks for sticking around and listening to what I've got to say. We're going to close it out with some little montage just to get you in the mood and to remind you what we're talking about with these Scottish festivals. So, Josh, it's time to hit that fine festival footage. Bye.